Hello guys, today this is my episode 1 of creating a Gorilla Tag fan game. I currently have no idea what to call it, so if you can leave me some ideas in the comments, please do so. Don't know what to call it. And yeah, just please enjoy the video. I will record a voiceover for this because I forgot to speak. But yeah, this episode is basically just making a map and setting up multiplayer. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the video. Here I'm just like exporting my game, well my fan game, like what's it called? The fan game template I made in my Discord, which you can see here. It's public to use, so I'll put the Discord for it in the description. And yeah, I was just editing my home page whilst it just exported into a file that I can use into Unity and set everything up. So yeah. Here I'm just setting up the Photon so it allows multiplayer. Like, I'm just inputting the packages so everything works and you can see other people. I'm actually playing servers. So I'm just gonna cut this part out because it's pretty boring and you don't really see it. Here I'm just setting up Photon, like, so on the actual website so I can link it into my project. So yeah, this is pretty boring. I might just speed some of the video up instead of cutting it because it's pretty easy. And yeah, just enjoy. Yeah, it's just a lot of waiting around, so if you feel like it's getting a bit boring, the fun part where we make the map is coming up, so don't worry. And yeah, skip the video if you get a little bit bored. Now here's a fun part where we make the map. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to try and recreate Scaraboo's map. So I'm just going to make a little cube for spawn and recreate the lab map from the best of my mind can think of. And later we'll add the play model, and that'll be all for episode 1. I'm not the best map creator, so if anything's wrong, please let me know, because yeah. And some errors that you might see, or like faultiness with like the recreation, I'll probably fix that later, because I know I do fix one of them. And yeah, this bit's pretty fun, but adding the play model, by the way, the play model I add isn't mine, but I might change your hands later and make it to like a Scaraboo, where you just see your hands when you're offline, like an offline rig. So yeah, just stay tuned. Also, I know a lot of you will want moderator, and I actually encourage you to go in the comments and ask for moderator, as I will be making a Discord soon when people request like the name. And if you put your name in the comments and asking for moderator, it will up your chances. It shows that you actually want to be a moderator. So yeah. So far, I feel like this was going pretty good because it looks pretty much like the Scare Baboon map, facility map. Don't know what I'm mapping. And here I tried to add a ramp, and I was just messing around seeing if I could actually change it, but I couldn't change it, so I'll mess around with that later. Now is here the fun part again. This time we had the play model. This was not made by me. I just found a random one in Be Awesome server. If you feel like the hands are a little bit weird, I will probably change that next episode, because I did see a hand model that looked pretty good on the player in Be Awesome server. I will link his stuff in below if you want any like help stuff. And yeah, I didn't really have any good textures for this, so other than the fur and the stomach, the face looks a little bit weird, but I will find a texture for that later. Yeah, I'm just linking the IK rig so the arms actually move and don't flop about when you're moving the Gorilla Locomotion. All fan games use this, but I did take a quick lunch break and take a little eat. So it'll pause for a couple seconds, but I'll probably speed this up. And yeah, if you're wondering why it's on the arm there instead of the hand, I did notice that later and take it off that after I linked it all up, so yeah. Now here's where I add some textures that I found. And I do mess around with the face, and I couldn't get the UV editor on Prom Builder working, so I couldn't scale the face yet, but I will fix that later. And I basically just duplicate the fur for the stomach fur and just change it to a different colour. So I make it like so the starting colour when you start the game is cyan instead of grey. I might add a colour change in next episode. This episode is just basically building and stuff like that, so yeah. Here's where I was struggling to get popularise the character, and it just wouldn't let me, so I just ignore that for now, and that takes a couple minutes in my time, so yeah. Now is the part where I test it, so I find the locomotion in here because I did upscale the map earlier, so here. And yeah, this is where I tested out, everything did work, I'm pretty sure, but we'll see that. I did make it a bright pink material using the unlit colour for Unity. That made it like shiny bright. I made it pink so it stood out for the gorilla hands whilst I was building and like using it, because it currently blended in with textures, but I do change some map textures soon. Yeah. As you can see, the player it's perfectly balanced, like none of the stuff's going through the floor. And this is where I test out the hands, and as you can see the hands are really weird because they're inverted, because I forgot to do something on the rig, which I will do now. So basically the issue with it is when like the hands are inverted, so you gotta rotate them like 90 degrees inwards, so they're like straight inside. And I do something weird by like scaling it, and then I notice I can just use the unity rotations and so yeah. This basically just makes the hands like an inverted game, as you will see. So as you can see, when we test it in game, the hands are perfectly straight and they completely work, and it's no sticky hands, so that's good for now. And now is where we get on to making some materials and just organising some folders down here. I just use some random textures I have in my files, so they aren't pretty good. So I do mess around with them, like the lights, but I do get new textures and fix everything. But here I forgot to like unattach the floor and the roof. So this is where I just do it, makes it 10 times easier. Makes it so the floors are separate from the walls and ceiling and so on. So I just name it walls, and I have to change the names of stuff. And here is basically just doing the thingy, and then as you can see I forgot Scribble and keep it completely straight throughout, so I just fix that. And this is just basically doing the floor, because it's just the roof in it, obviously. Here's where I edit the UV, and I couldn't get it working for then, and then because it wouldn't let me select, and I just select a couple of faces, and then it would let me select all the faces on here. Ignore if it's pretty bad, I've only just got into making textures and like editing them, so yeah. And this is where we're like, it looked pretty good. So I just started doing the tile texture, and ignore that the tile texture is really weird, it's very zoomed out, and I do edit the main bit, and then I noticed I need to zoom it out instead of zooming in, and everything's just really weird on it, so I do change that in a later episode. As you can see, it's very uneven, I'm not like prepared for this map. And that's just basically a wrap for episode 1. Next episode, hopefully I will get some comments about the name, and I'll add an offline rig and some computer systems, and maybe fix some textures. So yeah, make sure to stay tuned and subscribe, like, comment, and request some moderator stuff. So yeah, just make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down some name ideas, and comment if you think you would be a good moderator. And some mod apps will be out soon. Again, requesting for a moderator will increase your chances. Just say in the mod apps what you came from the video. So, hope you guys have a good day, and stay tuned for episode 2.